Well, hello and welcome to the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series live from Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight. I'm your commentator, Vern Bradley. We're going to get ready to do, I think I said read somewhere maybe 124 laps, but I'll double check that to be sure. Let's see, Charlotte on the schedule. Yes, I was correct. 124 laps of racing coming your way tonight. I'll try to get the audio cranked up a little bit for these guys. All right, I'm working on the audio just a little bit right here. Going to try to get the cars a little bit louder for you. It sounds like we got them a little bit louder. I think I might have to go into Windows and make some changes to bring them up a little more than that. But getting back to the stream, we got, I think we're in qualifying now, actually. No, actually, it looks like we're still in practice for about 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Take a look at some of the different cars in the field. Looks like we got a quick little buffering going on. Hopefully that clears itself out quickly here. That was definitely not on my end. Everything is green and looks good here, so hopefully the YouTube server is going to be kind to us tonight. We are on race number 13, which is going to be chase race number 3. We started with 12 chase drivers, and starting at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight, 8 drivers remain in those playoff brackets in the chase for the championship. So we're going to take a look at those 8 drivers real quickly here. All right, you see the 12 that started in the chase. That was Mueller, Morass, Fernandez, Haynes, Sleeper, Gann, Wimbish, Wells, Franklin, McFadden, Patterson, and Cogswell. This week in Charlotte, we eliminated 4 of those drivers, and we got Gann. Justin Gann in the 30, 64 of Jason Wells, 17 of Tommy Haynes, 3 of Roy Fernandez, 82 of Mike Franklin. My list is going off again. All right, getting back to that. Sorry about that. I had something pop up on the computer I had to take care of real quick. Michael Mueller in the 51, Cody Sleeper in the 01, and Jonathan Cogswell in the 27. So that's your 8 drivers that are in the round of 8 of the playoffs. Coming into Charlotte, they'll race Charlotte and they'll race Richmond next week. And after Richmond, we'll go down to 4 drivers that's going to race for a championship in Phoenix. So we are literally down to 3 races to go. and we will crown a champion right here for the Hyperdrive Cup Series at Swift Motorsports. Early in the broadcast, though, I'm getting things kind of knocked out here. Just making sure that we got everything up and running for the race and the broadcast tonight to try to get everything right. And we are at the end of practice now, so the drivers will go into qualifying. And we'll try to get, I don't know, maybe we'll go on board right here with a couple of these guys. So we're going to ride along right here in qualifying with the 3-car of Roy Fernandez. Fernandez is one of your 8 remaining chase drivers here, starting in Charlotte tonight. It's going to be 2 races this week and next week, and that's going to go down to the round of 4 to go into Phoenix. All right, going around with Roy Fernandez right here in the 3-car. I'll jump on board with the 82 of Mike Franklin. He's another one of your 8 chase drivers here. You see Mike Franklin in that black Rifle Coffee car. We'll take a look at that paint scheme real quickly. I guess a little closer camera would have been nice here. There we go. Get the camera just a little bit closer. Love the hood of that car. Good looking paint job on the 82. He's going to get his qualifying in. And it looks like the driver right there that I'd pegged going into this chase, Andrew Morass, going to set the fast time so far. Morass on top of the leaderboard right here with a 29.147. Great lap right there for the 28 car. You see he's going to go into pit road, jump out of the car there. We're going to get on board with this driver right here. This is going to be the 17 of Tommy Haynes. And Tommy, I wanted to let you know, everyone, myself, my family, all of us have you and your family in our prayers right now. And we'll give a shout out to your wife, Kathy, and we hope she's feeling better, buddy. I caught that earlier. Wanted to let you know that. Oh, and Tommy's going to get a little loose right here. Coming out of 2, going down the back straightaway now. Going to try to recover from that. I know this driver's got a lot on his mind. We'll see where that 17 crosses the line. He's still going to put it in the top 10, even getting a little bit sideways there. So good lap, Tommy. P2 on the board. This driver is in that round of 8 chase drivers. That's the 30 car right there, Justin Gann. He's got a win a couple of weeks ago in the chase. And in the second chase race, he finished second to actually Michael Mueller. So his chase finishes, that 30 car's chase finishes, are 1 and 2 so far in the chase. And right now he's sitting number 2 on the qualifying board. So we got a car out there. I think it might be the 12 car right here. I'm not sure. Now we got, actually he's sitting at the end of pit road, so 12's at the end of pit road. It was a 21 actually, a Brandon Freeze that was making laps, but qualifying is now complete, just in time for us to take a look at the starting grid. Starting on the pole as we've seen in qualifying, that's going to be that 28, Andrew Morass. To his outside in second, the man in 2 chase races that has a first and a second place finish. That'll be the 30 of Justin Gann. Starting third is going to be that number 3 of Roy Fernandez, and to his outside in fourth will be the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. Starting fifth, you'll see that number 32 of Darren Clement, and his outside in sixth is going to be the 91 of Blair Patterson. Starting seventh, that's the number 18 of Casey Duncan, and his outside in eighth is going to be that number 21 of Brandon Freeze. Starting ninth, you'll see the 64 of Jason Wells, and his outside in 10th is going to be that number 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. Starting 11th, Mike Franklin in the 82, and his outside in 12th is going to be the number 17 of Tommy Haynes. Starting 13th, that's the number 56 of John Wimbish, and his outside in 14th, that'll be Gary May in the number 12. Starting 15th, that's the number 10 of David Medina Sr., and his outside in 16th, it's going to show Andy Starcher, but I know Andy is one of the admins here. So we'll go back to 17th, where we got the 33 of Terry Kahn, and his outside in 18th is going to be the number 100 of Shane Bliss. That's going to be your starting grid for the Hyperdrive Cup Series over at Swift Motorsports. And I can hear some of the drivers getting in their cars right now. And they're going to start them in an angle on the racetrack here. Taking a look at the 56 of John Wimbish, 17 of Tommy Haynes, 82 right there, Mike Franklin, and then the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. So you see the drivers right there in a line. I know they do a quick drivers meeting before they grid up here, and I think the guys even have time to take a quick break, couple of minute break to get them a drink or do whatever they need to do. And these guys will then get in their car, grid up, and we will start pacing and get ready for the start tonight. I did see one of the drivers, we've seen it qualifying, got a little bit loose coming out of turn 2, so I don't know if it's going to be a factor here on cold tires, but I think we're going to find out in a few minutes when we go green flag racing right here with the Hyperdrive Cup Series. It looks like I got everything set up now. The stream's working. See a couple of viewers in there. Make sure that you give these guys a like. I know they're going to put on a great race for you, just like they do every week for us. Comment if you got a favorite driver that you want to give a shout out to. My deal with that is if you comment that you want to see a driver, we'll go right on board with that driver, and we can take a lap around Charlotte here tonight with them. So don't be afraid, don't be shy. All right, pole sitter is in the car now. We just got to fill in between him and the 27 there. Now we got him. I see the 91 of Blair Patterson, 21 Brandon Freeze. These guys are starting to line up now. They'll give them a countdown timer, so they only got so long to jump in that car so we can get going here. But I think we still got a minute or two left. 30 car Justin Gann's going to load in. Looks like the 32 right there loading in. That's Darren Clement. There's the 3 of Roy Fernandez. Got a couple more cars to fill in there. Oh, 18, Casey Duncan popping in the picture there. Waiting on our 4th place starter, it looks like. Had to get it figured out quick enough. There he is, 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. Don't worry, Cody. Not going to make a joke on that one. Oh, and before I forget, I want to say happy April Fool's Day to everybody. It is April Fool's Day. But I'm not kidding. We are having a race. It is a chase race, and it is a live broadcast, so that is happening. That's not the April Fool's joke. I actually don't know what is. I might have to come up with one during the stream tonight. I do find it kind of odd, too, that I on my personal account, I obviously subscribe to the WFO Racing Network, but I haven't been getting the notifications when the race comes up. So if any of you notice the same problem and you're subscribed and get notifications, let me know. But now we're pacing behind the pace car. That only means one thing. We're getting ready to do some racing right here with the Hyperdrive Cup Series. That front row is going to have the 28, Andrew Morass, the 30 of Justin Gann. Take a closer look right here, at least the front of the field right now. Roy Fernandez in the second row and the third right there. Cody Sleeper outside of him in the 0-1. Remember, 8 of these guys over the next 2 races are going to be racing for 4 positions in the points. So, yes, these finishes are important. For those 8 drivers as we get ready to go green flag racing here. Following the pace car around. That pace car is going to be looking to make a hard left turn right here to pit road, and he does it. And just like that, we're green flag and racing with the Hyperdrive Cup Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Race number 13 on the season, chase race number 3. Andrew Morass in the 28's not going to waste any time getting out to about 8 car lengths on the field. We're going to restart timing and scoring real fast here. Get our order right. Morass out to a lead. The battles for second. 30 car Justin Gann. Going to pull the crossover move on the 3 of Roy Fernandez. They're side by side across the start-finish line going down into turn 1. Fernandez stuck on the outside. Will he be able to pull the crossover off? No. Looks like he's going to fall in line down the back straightaway. Cody Sleeper in a little bit of battle for 4th right here. You see the 32 of Darren Clement taking a look to the inside. Clement's working on him, had the position. Sleeper's going to use that outside line, though, the momentum from it, to pull right back beside him. And they're still 2x2. You see Clement getting a good run on that 3 car Fernandez while he's making that pass. So I think Clement might go for a 2-for-1 right here, as he's going to look to the inside of Roy Fernandez. Sleeper's going to fall back. And Darren Clement's working hard to get up there a little bit closer to the front, but you can see Morass up there still with a comfortable 0.8 of a second on these guys. Man, that 32 strong on the bottom. You can see how strong that 32 car is. He's got the 3 car Fernandez running the high to middle lane. Clement and the 32's on the bottom of the track. Justin Gann's just ahead of them. And Andrew Morass looks like he is on rails right now. in the number 28 car up front. 1.2 seconds is the gap between him and the 30 of Justin Gannon. That's what it looks like from the camera view. And it's definitely a gap. 1.3 seconds now. His teammate is the 51 of Michael Mueller. And I did not see Mueller in our starting grid tonight. And I know he had to have some work done on his arm. So we want to wish Michael Mueller a speedy recovery. Get that thing taken care of, man. Want to see you back out here on the racetrack. But his teammate, Andrew Morass, is holding the team name up there tonight. 7 laps in. He started off with about an 8-car length lead. Now he's got a 1.4 second lead over the entire field, including the 30 of Justin Gann back there in second. So you got Gann in second, 32 of Darren Clement has cleared the 3 of Roy Fernandez and gotten third. Fernandez is right there in fourth. He's starting to get worked on a little bit, though, by that 18 right there, Casey Duncan. And they're side by side once again for third momentarily. And that's just because the 32 was working a little bit different line here. Man, the 3, though, got all over that back bumper right there. Running just a little bit higher line off the corner, keeping the momentum. And it's giving him a much better run down the straightaway right here, so we'll see if he can shoot to the 32's inside. You see right by the end of the straightaway, he really starts to close in. Duncan, though, not giving that 3 much room. The 18's right on the back of the 3. Man, that 3 car is definitely getting some momentum up there. Able to run right at the quarter panel of that 32. The 32, though, is making that bottom work, as you can see him pull up on Justin Gann briefly. But now the 3 of Fernandez is going to get a good run down the straightaway. Fernandez is going to get all the way clear of the 32 car, and that was working the high side of the racetrack. So we seen Roy move back there a few laps prior, and it seems to be working out for him really well. 32 of Clement. Going to fall in line there in fourth. I'm going to tell you guys right now, just viewing the first 11 laps, the rest of the field looks like they're on one level back here, but man, this guy right here is on another one. 2-second lead in 11 laps for the 28 car. We'll have to see if the tires can hold up or what, but he is definitely rolling. You see Gann and Fernandez right there in line right now. That's second and third. Clement's going to fade back about a car length behind Fernandez in the 4th spot. You see back in 5th is going to be the 18 of Casey Duncan, and he's going to have a little bit of company right there with the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. So Sleeper's going to move in on the 18 of Casey Duncan. Now he's going to fall in line with him. We'll go back a little bit farther, talk about some of the other drivers for a few minutes here. That's the 91 of Blair Patterson sitting in the 7th position. See, Blair started in the 6th position, currently in the 7th spot. So he's hanging out right around where he started, having a good run right here. Go back one more to 8th. We're going to find that 21 right there. Brandon Freeze. Freeze started 8th and is currently 8th. Back in 9th, we'll find the 17 right there, Tommy Haynes, and kind of glad we moved back here. because we got a battle for 10th. 56 of John Wimbish on the bottom of the racetrack. Up on the high side there is going to be the 82 of Mike Franklin. Side-by-side battle down the straightaway. It looks like Franklin might clear the 56 of Wimbish. But Wimbish is going to fight back on the bottom as they go in the middle of the corner here and on corner exit a little bit. That's a good race. You see the 64 Jason Wells moving in the picture here. I've seen a little smoke up ahead of those guys. And we got a car smoking. And that is going to be Casey Duncan, it looks like. Oh, and the 91 of Patterson's got some heavy damage there. Patterson missing the nose of the car. 18 of Casey Duncan smoking and broken, bringing it on pit road right here. Man. You hate it as the race is going to stay green flag right now, so this is going to happen during the green flag. And these guys are going to have to come down and get some serious work done on those cars, both of them. You hate it for Blair, you hate it for Casey. And then back up front, the leads come down just a little bit. Fernandez has moved into the second position. And he's taken about 0.6 of a second off that lead right now. So Roy Fernandez is headed in the right direction with the 3 car. You see, since he got around the 30, he's been able to separate himself from those next 3 cars a little bit. That 3 car looks pretty fast right here at Charlotte tonight. Justin Gagnon in 3rd. It's still early. I say that because we haven't even got to the first round of pit stops yet. Oh, but they'll be coming pretty soon, I'm sure. You see Gann has the 32 of Clement behind him. He's got the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper behind him. We're going to go back to 10th place and kind of pick up where we left off when those cars had trouble. So we'll go back here to the 64 Jason Wells, who's currently in that 10th position. That 64 is also one of the 8 chase drivers here at Charlotte. And when I say 8, it's really 7 chase drivers here. Because unfortunately the 8th chase driver had to miss tonight's race. So back in 11th is going to be the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. Cogswell again running right around where they started. 22 laps into the race here. Car looks clean, though. I don't think he's had any contact with anyone or the outside wall or anything, so car looks real good. We go back to the 12th position. You're going to see Gary May right here. May started 14th, so he has picked up a couple of positions in the first 22 laps. His car looks clean. Don't look like he's had any contact with anyone or the wall. And those are good signs. 13th, you see, I've changed cameras to see it, but see that 91 South Point car, Blair Patterson, still on pit road. Hate to see it for that 91 car. And right behind him, another one that's still on pit road here is going to be that number 18 of Casey Duncan. So you definitely hate it for those 2 drivers. Hopefully they can get it fixed up and back out on the racetrack here. At least to make a little laps, maybe have a little bit of fun. You see Andrew Morass still has that lead, but I'm telling you, Fernandez is cutting the time down. Less than 1 second the advantage the 28 has over the 3-car Roy Fernandez. And that 3 car found something, but man, don't look far behind the 3 car. I think that 30 might have saved tires better than both of them. As we go 25 laps into the run right here, the 3 of Fernandez was able to put a little bit of distance on the 30 and the other guys behind him. But the 30's been able to step it up a bit. And he's probably the fastest race car on the track right now. 25 laps into the run, so the 30 might have give up a little on the short run to go get it on a long run here. But we're going to find out as the 3 is catching the leader, which is the 28, but the 30's catching both of them. So Justin Gann, the last lap, still a little bit faster than what first and second was, and you can see him moving right up close to that back bumper of the 3 car. Man, Gann getting a really good run off the corner. Might take a look to the inside this time. Now he's going to dip back to the inside as they go into the corner, side by side. This is a battle for second. And he just doesn't have the momentum to get off the corner and make that pass happen. Even though they're racing around each other a little bit, the lead hasn't really increased much. I'm going to take a quick drink of my Country Time lemonade. Good racing so far. A little bad luck for the 91. So now YouTube tells me on my phone that we're broadcasting, but we've been doing it for 29 laps now. So in the first 29 laps, been clean and green. Bad luck for the 91 of Blair Patterson and of course the 18 of Casey Duncan, who are on pit road. But both of them were able to keep going in the right direction, and it kept from bringing a caution flag out. And that's why we're still clean and green right here. But you see, Gann looks like he cooled the tires down, might try to take another run at the 3 car here. We're going to watch this battle on lap 30. I don't think it's going to be too many laps before they come down for pit stops here. And we don't have to talk about the green flag pit stops because you can win it and lose it on pit road. Two different lines as the 3 went all the way up by the wall in the center of the corner. The 30 ran about a lane lower. They're going to match each other's speed across the front straightaway, or the front tri-oval. They are still riding about 9/10 behind this driver. That's the 28 Andrew Morass. Morass started P1 and has led all 32 laps so far. He jumped out on the original start by about 6 car lengths. And at one time he had it close to 2 seconds. Now that lead is down around 9/10 of a second. So Fernandez in the 3 and the 30 of Justin Gann have been able to eat into the lead of the 28 just a little bit here. And Gann's been able to close back to the 3 cars bumper. But getting to the bumper's one thing, getting around the guy, that's another. Oh, it looked like the 3 might have got a little wiggly off the top side right there coming out of 2. Gann's going to really send it off into turn 3 right here. But I don't think he's going to get him cleared off 4. No, he's not. You can see how tight the car got off the bottom. And that's going to give the advantage to the 3 car through the tri-oval. So the 3's going to do it one more time, and this time he might get it done, and he does. So Justin Gann able to send it off in the corner a little bit deeper and make the pass happen, and this is about 0.8 of a second behind the race leader. That's the 28 of Andrew Morass. So Fernandez right here in the 3 is going to fall back to the P3 spot. And you can see the 30's already taken another 1/10 off the leader, so he's got it down to about 0.7 of a second right now. I would estimate that they'll be coming to pit road pretty soon here. Maybe by lap 40, lap 38 mark. This is my assumption, my guess. Might not be 100% accurate, but I think we'll find out. Yep, leader's on pit road. Andrew Morass in the 28 going to be the first one of the lead cars to bring it to pit road right here. He's going to take the 3 of Fernandez with him and a couple other takers right now. And we got some guys that have already pitted. I can tell you the 56, 82, 17, 27, and 12 car have already pitted. It looks like both these guys, unfortunately, are still on pit road. Gann's coming to pit road the next lap here. He had assumed the lead when the 28 come to pit road, and now a lap later, the 30's going to bring it to pit road. So we'll have to see what the distance is or who the leader is actually after these pit stops. Because I know some of the guys that pitted a lap or two before the leader did. So we'll see if they were able to make up any time or if how things switch over here as you see the right side's up. Now the left sides are up for the 30 car here. Got him back on the ground and he's off and away. We'll see what spot he can maintain. There's the 64 of Wells, the 28 of Morass is who he was racing. 56 of Wimbish and the 82 of Mike Franklin are going to go around. I think the leader after this is going to be the 64 right here. I don't think so anymore. There's the 32. He's coming off pit road now. Wells hasn't pitted yet. When it cycles around, the 28 will go back to the lead, but second place is going to be different because it'll be the 56 of John Wimbish. In third will be the 82 there, Mike Franklin, and then back and forth will be the 30 of Justin Gann. So Jason Wells, actually Wells keeps it out again. He's got about 40 laps in on the stint. This might be thinking long-term on this race, fuel mileage. So the 64 might have a different train of thought going on for the long term here, is what I would guess. But you can see how much time on the track those old tires are costing him. And it is significant. Matter of seconds in like a few of them. But he's going to bring it to pit road on lap 40 of 124. And those four or five extra laps he stayed out right there could be the difference on how far this feller can make it or how close he is to the end of the race. But we will have to see as the lead gets handed right back over to this driver, the driver of the 28, Andrew Morass, the pole sitter. And except for the pit stops right there, he has led every single lap of this race. So here we're gonna do a through the field for you real quick. And I think the only proper way to do that would be to go on board with these drivers. So let's go on board with the leader right here, the 28, Andrew Morass. How did he get here to the first spot, you ask? Well, I'll tell you, he started P1 as he qualified to pole position. And despite the cycle of green flag pit stops where he missed leading a few laps, he has led every lap before that. And now he's back to the point. You see him working about. I'd call it the top side of the racetrack right here. That 28 car's definitely got a lot of speed. Let's go back and find P2 right now. Go on board with P2. That's going to be the 56 of John Wimbish. Wimbish might have played a little bit of pit strategy to jump up there. And he's actually going to get past right here. As you see the 30 of Justin Gann going to take that second spot away. So Gann, a little bit fresher tires. Wimbish's tires are a little older than Justin's there. So he's not going to fight that much as we got the 3 of Roy Fernandez, it looks like, working on the 56 here now. So we're going to move on board with second place currently. That'll be the 30 of Justin Gann. Gann in the 30 car was second before the green flag pit stops. He had really made up a lot of time on that 28 car. But since the pit stops, and the 30 and 28 are both able to get around the other cars that pitted sooner, you can see that that 28 car is holding about a 3.5 second lead right here. So what was just over a half a second before the pit stop has turned into about 3 seconds more. So Morass able to have a great pit stop and pick up a little bit more time on the field. So each second that the 28 can put on him, if he don't make any mistakes, can make it tough on these guys back here. So we'll go back one more to the third spot, and you're on board with the 3 car, Roy Fernandez. See Fernandez, he's got the 30 of Justin Gann right in front of him there, and way up in front of him you can see that 28 car, Andrew Morass. Not the one in front of Gann, but the one in front of the one in front of Gann. If you can keep up with that one. So Fernandez going to follow in line right here to the 30. He's working a little bit different line right there in 3 and 4, taking it down to the middle. All right, so we've been on board with Wimbish when he was second, and he's fallen back a couple to fourth now, just so you know where he's at. We'll go to fifth place, Cody Sleeper right here, right behind the 56. And, man, great time to go on board. Sleeper's going to pull it to the bottom and go around the 56 car. There's about 3 laps difference between the 01's tires and the 56 car's tires. And you see that 01's going to get the 56 clear right here, and that's going to move Cody Sleeper up to the 4th position. We're at the start-finish line now, so we're going to stay on board with this driver until we get back to that start-finish line. And we're going to do a lap on board with him. All right, since John Wimbish moved back to the 5th spot, we're going to go back to the 6th spot, go on board with the 32 of Darren Clement. And we'll know out of turn 2 down the back straightaway will be a full lap on board with this 32. Darren back in the 6th position right now. He can see both Sleeper and John Wimbish right in front of him. And I think that, yes, he does. He's got a few lap fresher tires. He's got a couple lap fresher tires than some of those other guys up front. So Clement able to run the first round of fuel out just a little bit farther. You see Cody Sleeper in that 01 all the way up at the wall in front of him. And that's a lap on board with the 32. We're going to go back one more to the 7th spot. We're going to find a chase driver back here. That's Mike Franklin in the number 82. Franklin's got about 20 laps on the run already, so he was one of the guys that pitted just a few laps early there. and he's running right here in the 7th position in the Black Rifle Coffee car. He's actually getting worked on by that 17 of Tommy Haynes, and that's fitting because that's the next driver we're going to go on board with and watch this race right here. Showing Tommy Haynes in 9th because another driver, the 21 of Brandon Freeze, is in this 3-car battle, and Freeze is going to get around the 17, and now Brandon Freeze is going to go up there and work on... He's going to work on the 82 right here. So Freeze currently in the 8th spot, working hard for the 7th position. He's got a little bit fresher tires than the guys he's racing around right now. Might give him a little bit of an advantage. Oh, he just can't beat that outside line coming off the corner, man. That 82 able to put the gas down because he's got the momentum. It makes it a little hard to pass for the 21 car, even though the 21's got just a little bit fresher tires right here. And those guys forcing it down on the bottom, trying to make a pass, really works those tires hard. And once that right front tire's gone, you don't turn no more. So let's go back again. I didn't get on board with this driver long enough, I don't think, and we're going to get to see that battle in front of him right out of his windshield, which is a great view. This is on board with the 17 of Tommy Haynes. Haynes going to come across the start-finish line this time on lap 56. You see him working the outside of the track just like the 50 or the 82 in front of him. And that outside line is still working for the 82 as he's able to hold off that 21 for another lap right here. Watching that action in front of us, courtesy of the windshield of this driver, the 17 of Tommy Haynes, currently riding in the 9th position. And we're going to go back to 10th. Find our last driver in the top 10. This is going to be the number 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. Cogswell not really seeing much of the battle. He's a few seconds behind those guys in front of him. You can see it way up there. He's in the top 10, not close to it right now as we're approaching the halfway point of the race. We're a few laps away from it. Jonathan having a good race right here in the 27 car. We're going to go back to the 11th position where we're going to find that number 12 of Gary May. May, another driver having a good race right here, and I believe he can see the position in front of him. He can see the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell in the top 10 right out of his windshield right now. So we'll see if Gary's got anything for the long run to maybe run that guy down. Get inside the top 10 right here. Michael McCauley, the Little Mermaid driver. How you doing, buddy? Glad you could stop in the chat right here. So let's go back to Jason Wells, number 64 car, because he's one of the chase drivers here. See Jason currently running back here in the 12th position. Uh-oh, we're going to jump off him because he's got some secret stuff going on. All right, well, there's secret stuff going on. We're going to jump on board with the 91 of Blair Patterson. Patterson caught that early incident that did not bring out a caution that knocked the nose off this car, and it kind of makes the guy a little bit curious here. They put the nose back on the car. That is good news for the driver of that 91 car. And an attaboy and great job for the 91 team. So they were able to get the nose back on his race car. And Patterson's car's looking complete. We'll just go with complete. Almost a weekend, that's right. One more to go. Well, Casey Duncan still on pit road, so that's going to be your through the field for the current drivers on the racetrack. And we're going to go back to, we had a lead change while we were going through that. That's right. Your new leader's the 30 of Justin Gann. You see Morass is about 7/10 of a second behind him, so Gann able to erase that entire gap and literally get an 0.8 of a second lead while we done it through the field. But we are working lap 63 of 124, so we are officially at the halfway point. Thanks, Bender, man. Thank you for stopping in. Make sure you give a like while you're in here. Really good to see you and Michael McCauley both stop in. This is a Thursday night stream I do over here at Swift Motorsports for the Hyperdrive Cup Series. This is the 13th race of the season for them, chase race number 3. So we got a couple more weeks for the Cup Series after this. We're watching the leader, Justin Gann, in the 30 car. He won the first chase race. He was second in chase race number 2, and he's got the lead right here in chase race number 3 in the Hyperdrive Cup Series. Justin having a great run. Roy Fernandez now is going to move to the second spot, and I will bet you that we got a car on pit road. Oh, yep, we're right. I am. 28, Andrew Morass, leader of the most laps here. Going to bring it in a little bit early for the pit stop. That's kind of what you do, though, if you lose the lead. He's led so many laps that when Gann got up there and got around him and Fernandez did, he probably thought it was a good time to go ahead and maybe just be inside that pit window and make a pit stop right there. So we'll see how that works for him. We have been 67 straight laps here with 0 caution flags at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Justin Gann has about 2.883 seconds over this driver. That's the 3 of Roy Fernandez. No, it's not. That's the 3 of Roy Fernandez. Get back there, and I seen the 32, and I'm like, that is not Roy. But I think I was about to see a battle for third. 32's Darren Clement right here, and right behind him's the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. So we may see a battle for third right here. This is, just to give you an idea, 4.5 seconds behind the leader. So this is about 5 seconds behind Justin Gann. And these guys will be coming to pit road really soon. I would estimate off the last round of pit stops by about lap 70 that most of these guys will be on pit road. Taking a look at Fernandez here, because I would almost expect that, I don't know, Roy might be one of the first ones on pit road, him and Clement. Well, we know the actual first one on pit road was the 28. Because we've seen him do it. I have no nation tonight, Bender, or Michael McCauley. So no nation 0-1 in the booth. I think the last, we talked about it last night. The last I heard, he was running down the street in West Virginia hollering fire. I don't know what that was all about, but I'm pretty sure it did happen. So here, okay, I thought I heard him slowing down. There's the 3 of Fernandez going to bring it to pit road, so he'll give up the P2 spot. And the leader, Justin Gann, already pitted, so that's going to leave the 32 right here back on the racetrack. And you see the 28 of Andrew Morass right in front of him, now driving away from him, so not so close to in front of him anymore. This driver has just about 33 laps on his tires right here. So he can probably stay out for a few laps and lead some laps here, as he's going to complete lap 72 at the line. And Jason Wells is the next one behind him in second. Jason's only got about 30 laps on the stint, so he's going to be able to take it just a little bit farther right here. I think this driver actually put 40 laps on his first run. And I know that this guy's working a different strategy. I know this. I don't want to give his secrets away, so we'll go back to where Morass is, because the battle I was looking for, since those guys have not stopped yet, and we know they're going to, is Andrew Morass in the 28 through his pitting a little bit sooner, was able to pull a few seconds over the 30 right here, Justin Gann. So I think he used a little bit of strategy that worked for him. Hopefully the audio's okay in the stream. I am going to turn the cars up a little bit more. I can't do it once the stream's going, or I have to kill the overlays, so I'm going to work on that before next Wednesday night. Still watching the 30 right here. Justin Gann. A little bit of time to make up to catch back up to the 28 right here. And man, that 28 is running Jason Wells, who's now scored as the leader, down in a hurry. There's Wells right in front of him. We know that Wells is kind of conserving on the fuel a little bit right here. He's got the leader, or second place is now the leader. That's the 28 of Morass, going to drive right by him right here. So I know this driver is on a different strategy, but I don't know what his strategy is, but I know it has to do with fuel. So the lead is handed back over to the 28 of Morass. Wells is in second. Third place right here is the 30 car, Justin Gann. And Gann's back for 4.5 seconds probably. So that 30 is going to have his work cut out for him if he's going to get up there. And we have son of a gun. I know what the 64 strategy is now. But I'm not going to tell it. I ain't going to tell on the guy, but I just figured it out. Probably isn't real hard to figure it out if you're paying attention, but I know what the strategy is. And I did the math, and it'll work. So it could work out pretty good for the guy. I don't know, though. He's given up so much speed on the racetrack that going to be a little hard to make that up. As you see the 30 car right now, Justin Gann going to work around his outside. Gann's going to now take the second position, and that's going to move Wells back to third. Wells has about 37 laps on this stint. But he ain't got much. He ain't got many more to go before he only has to make one more stop to there, too. I know what he's doing. So we'll go right there. There's the three car. Ugh. No, I was thinking truck, probably from last night, but 3 car right here, Roy Fernandez. Roy's running in the 4th spot right now. See Casey Duncan coming off pit road in the 18. So the 18 of Casey Duncan back on the racetrack. He is 62 laps down in the 18 car. He was the one that was smoking and broken when he went to pit road, so they got the iHeartRadio car. I don't know, they rebuilt the motor, got it fired right back up, and he is, he's coming right back to pit road right here. So he may have a little bit more work they need to do to that Toyota Camry. I'm not real sure. But it was good to see him back out on the track, as well as this driver right here, the 91 of Blair Patterson. Patterson's crew doing a jam-up job as that 91 car was completely missing the nose. One of those crew guys had to have run out by the racetrack, literally picked that nose up and brought it down to the pit and fastened it back on his car. So great work to the South Point team on pit road. You get the WFO Pit Crew of the Day award. Just because somebody had to go out and pick that nose up. So we're going to go up front now because the lead has shrunk. That's right, the 30 is on the gas pedal, and he's making up ground. And I can tell you that Wells has come to pit road because he has figured out that he's within his window now. It's still going to be close, but so we're getting ready right here because by lap 90 we're going to see a battle for the lead. And they will be making one more round of green flag pit stops. It's been 18 laps since the leader pitted. Second place right there is about 5 lap fresher tires. That's Justin Gannon, the 30, and he's not going to be second for too long. He quickly erased for a 4-second gap. He's caught the 28, and now he's going by the 28 down the straightaway. So Justin Gann is on a mission since the chase started. If you don't believe me, go back and watch the last 2 races. Gann won the first chase race. He was second last week. And right here in Charlotte on race 13, week 3 of the chase, then late in the race, 85 laps of 124. So we've completed 84 laps according to the counter right there. And the 30 car, Justin Gann, is at the front of the field. But we know between 30 and 35 laps, they'll make a pit stop more than likely. They'll probably cut this last run in half. And if that holds true, by about the 100 lap mark, you'll see these guys coming to pit road. That would, well, some of the guys probably would because they'll cut that run in half. So Morass going to fall back to second, back here in third, and he's not real far back. That's going to be the 3-car Roy Fernandez. I'll tell you, Roy's been having a great run here at Charlotte, doing exactly what needs to be done. He is one of the drivers that is fighting for one of those Final 4 chase spots going into Phoenix in a couple of weeks. So Fernandez doing a phenomenal job behind the wheel of that 3-car tonight. And he's fast, too. I wouldn't count this 3-car out by no means. I'm looking over here at the counter and the lap times, and I mean, next to the leader, that 3-car is running the 28 car down pretty good right now. I see the gap going away. It's about the same distance now that Justin Gann is in front of Andrew Morass, that the 3 of Roy Fernandez is behind that 28 of Morass. But the 3-car right here has even less laps on his tires than the leader does by 1 lap. But that's, oh gosh, 6 laps better tires than the 28 of Morass has. And that's why the 3 is catching the 28, and he's doing it pretty quickly here. The advantage between the 28 and the 3 is down to 1.2 seconds. And we're going to see if we can start seeing, yes, you do. You'll start seeing the 3's bumper come into the picture here pretty soon. Let me change the camera. We'll make that happen a little quicker here. Now we'll go one more. That's what 1.1 seconds will look like. There's the 28 right there, and there's the 3, the first car behind them. And that's down to right around 1 second now. I think that 12 car Gary May have come off pit road. So some of these guys might try that short pit strategy here. So May might have stopped. We're watching the battle up here in the front. Andrew Morass running in the second spot. He's being hunted down by the 3 car right behind him, Roy Fernandez. Fernandez was making up the gap quite a bit, but it looks like it's kind of tapered off a little bit. I mean, he's 0.8 of a second back now, but he's not. His lap time's faded back almost close to what Andrew Morass in the 28's running right now. Meanwhile, Justin Gann's up to a 2.8 second lead on even the 28 right here, and that's going to be about a 3.8 second lead back there to Fernandez. So I'm right. Fernandez must have pushed that 3 car a little too hard, because that last lap, the 28, was actually just a tick quicker than the 3 car in second, or in third. So Morass with older tires doing a great job in the second position right there. We are working lap 94, and I'll bring that up because here comes pit stops. The 3's actually on pit road at the exact same time, and the 3 brought it in really hot. That 3 car brought it in hot. Seen the tires smoking. Hopefully he got it woed down before he hit pit road right here. Nothing will kill your race worse, especially this late, when they've been having these lone green flag runs and a pit stop penalty. So hopefully that 30 car don't get it. We're going to find out right here as he's making his pit stop. They got the left side tires up, jacks down, and he's held on pit road. So that'll probably be a 40-second hold for the 3 car, and that's just unfortunate. So we know Morass has come to pit road. This guy hasn't. That's Justin Gann, Darren Clement, John Wimbish, Brandon Freese, all still on the racetrack. Man, I don't know how many times I say it, though. The easiest way to lose a race is to make a mistake on a pit stop. These races like this that go green for long periods of time, it gets really hard. You got to you got to pull just the right pit strategy to stay on the lead lap, number 1. And then you got to have the right strategy to try to win a race, and it does come down sometimes to how many pit stops you make versus the other guy, or how fast you can make a pit stop. But the one thing that'll really cost you is when you make those mistakes going on pit road, and unfortunately for the 3 car, that's exactly what happened. And he entered pit road a little too hot. So we hate it for you, Roy. We know you're going to bounce back next week, though, man. And Justin Gann, 5.5 seconds over the 32 car Darren Clement. Can't say enough about this driver in the chase. He fired this thing up. You want to talk about fired up? When Chase race number 1 started a couple weeks back, the 30 car put it in victory lane. Chase race number 2, I thought he was going to put it in victory lane again, but he settled for second. And right here in chase race number 3, looks like he's on a mission. So is that a sign of what's coming for the championship here? Well, I don't know, because there's still a couple more races left after this one. But I'll tell you what, that 30's full of momentum right now. And he's definitely on the top of one of my favorites list at this point. Mueller would have been one of the guys up there, and it's unfortunate that he had to miss this race tonight. And hopefully he can get the arm feeling better and drive her one-armed or whatever and get it back out here and compete again next week and maybe in the Phoenix. But, man, you hated he made the chase. He got the win last week, and then he had a procedure scheduled and said he might not make the rest of the races, and you hate to hear that. Here comes a 32 of Darren Clement. Clement was the leader because this guy is just coming off pit road, so the leader went to pit road. We're going to have to see where the 0-1 comes at in relation to him. It's going to be close. Well, 0-1's not quite going to catch him. Oh, no. I don't know what you mean by that, like racing for money, Michael. They don't race for money. It's an awards league, but they don't race for money. Not to my knowledge. So 30 car after the pit stop cycled out here of Justin Gann with 22 laps to go is going to be 3.2 seconds ahead of the field. And things change around because the 28 must have also had problems on pit road as he scored a couple of laps down. And Fernandez in the 3 car is going to lose a lap on his little problems on pit road entry there. And I'll tell you what, that's going to put Cody Sleeper into the second position in the 0-1. Cody is in the chase. He's still one of the 8 drivers remaining, and you can see Fernandez right behind him there, and Fernandez is on 1 lap down right now. There's 21 laps to go in this thing. I wouldn't count anybody out because it is possible in the next 20 laps to see a caution. I'm not going to deny that could happen because it absolutely could, and I've seen it happen. So, not going to say it couldn't because we know it could. And watching the 0-1 know of Cody Sleeper, he's about 4 seconds back, doing a great job. Going to be a good finish for him if he can hold around here, or even try to get up there and maybe save on the tires a bit and see if he can't have something for the 30 by the time this thing's over. Go back one more spot to third, and he's not real far behind 0-1. That's the 32 right here, Darren Clement. The 32's actually got about 5-6 lap fresher tires than what the 0-1 does. And the 32's going to drive right by the 0-1. So Darren Clement in the 32 able to make up some time right here. This is 4.6 seconds behind the leader with 18 to go, but we'll have to see what that 32 car has because he doesn't have quite as many laps on his tires as the leader does. And he's already knocked about 0.2 of a second off the lead. I'm going to compare lap times right here. Wow. Another couple of tenths off right there. There were about 4 tenths different between the about 4 tenths of a difference in the lap times between first and second right there. And once again, almost exactly the same thing. So you can see the gap is dropping. That 32 is driving that thing for everything he has right now. He's got 16 laps to catch the leader. Can he do it? We're going to find out. 3.3 seconds, the advantage. But when we started, that advantage was 4.5, almost 5 seconds. He's still quicker. Leads down to 3.1 seconds now. He's made up about a second and a half on the leader, 15 to go. This is actually pretty exciting. The 32 does have about 1 lap fresher tires than the leader does. I don't know if he found something on the track or what, but he's 3/10 of a lap faster, or 3/10 faster that lap. And you see it as it went from 3.1 down to 2.8 seconds, the advantage between first and second. He would have to keep doing it at that pace in 14 laps to catch a leader, probably. Another 3/10 off the lead right there, down to 2.7 seconds now. Your leader is the 30, Justin Gann. And we don't know that the 30 car is not taking a little easy on his tires in case the 32 catches them. But I can tell you right now, the 32's definitely not taking it easy on his. 2.5 seconds the gap right now. 0.2 of a second. 0.2 was the lap difference there. Clement 2.4 seconds back. Cody Sleeper right here, a little farther back than that. Sleeper has fallen about 9 seconds behind the leader, over 6 seconds behind second place right there. You see back here in third is going to be the 21 Dynamark car. That's Brandon Freeze. Running fourth right now is going to be the 56 Cheerwine car. That's going to be John Wimbish. Our Wimbish is in fifth, actually. Back in sixth is going to be Jason Wells. I knew he was working a little bit different strategy here. But Wells able to work that strategy up to the sixth position right here with 10 laps to go when they get to the line. Gary May in the 12th car, currently running in the 7th position. Mike Franklin, another chase driver, up back here in 8th in the 82. He's going to be in the 8th spot. So Mike Franklin having a good run here. Jonathan Cogswell in the 27. Back here in the 9th position. Good race for Cogswell right there. And then back in 10th is the 3 car of Roy Fernandez. We've seen his problems on pit road. And that's going to take him out from competing for a win back to the 10th position, a lap down right here. So, man, we hate that for Roy, but he's still going to be able to possibly salvage a decent finish right here in the top 10. So another driver that was fast and up front most of the race, led a bunch of laps. That's the 28 right here, Andrew Morass. Morass had a few problems on pit roads, and that's going to put him a couple of laps down here and took him out of contention to competing for the win. Then you got the 17 of Tommy Haynes back here in the 12th spot right now. And we're just going to go through these drivers as the laps wind down here. With 8 to go, want to show you where some of these guys are at. So we'll go back to 13th. We're going to find this driver. He spent a lot of time on pit road. He's about 23 laps down. But nevertheless, the 91 of Blair Patterson and his crew got that car together, put a front end back on it, and the 91's out here clicking some laps off at Charlotte, and it looks like the car's got some pretty good speed back to it as well. So good recovery for that 91 car. And another one that had a decent recovery right here. That's the 18 of KC Duncan. We seen that 18 car come to pit road, and he was smoking and broken. He took it to the attention of his crew, and they got that Toyota tuned up and running right again. And KC and iHeartRadio cars able to go out and knock off some laps. So I call that a success. All right, back up to the leader. The lead is still 2.4 seconds in the last lap time. They almost mimicked each other. So either this guy stepped it up or the other guy burned his tires up. One or the other happened. As I take my last sip of Country Time Lemonade, we're going to bring you the final 5 laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series. You see the lead is leveled out around 2.5 seconds. Second place right now is going to be the 32 of Darren Clement. He's still there. Cody Sleeper is hanging on to the 3rd position. But Brandon Freese behind him wants it. Four laps to go. Freeze is about a second behind Cody Sleeper. And that would get that 21 up to the podium if he could catch him. Wimbish not too far behind him. You see Wimbish right there in the 56 car. Looks like the 3's in between them here. The 91 right there, Blair Patterson. But I'll tell you what, we're going to go right back to the front of the field and right on. Put our cameras right on the 30 car, Justin Gann. And I'll tell you exactly why in 3 laps. But for right now, this is your race leader coming up on lap traffic. That's Mike Franklin in the 82. He's going around. Franklin's actually in the 8th position right now. Gary May in the 12 ahead of him is in the 7th position. So these are 2 tough cars a lap right here in the top 7 for the leader with 2 laps to go. That 30 car's fast. It's strong. Moving to the bottom right now on Gary May. He's going to put a lap on the 7th place driver. He's going to take the white flag this time. That's right. They're waving it for the 30 of Justin Gann. Gann started the chase off with a victory. He backed that up with a 2nd place finish, and tonight here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Justin Gann's going to bring it down the back straightaway one more time. That's right, one more time. Turns 3 and 4 right now. Last time tonight. Justin Gann out of turn 4. To the start-finish line. I got it all wrong. To the start-finish line is going to win 2 out of 3 chase races and be your winner right here in Charlotte tonight. So Justin Gann, your winner in the 30. 2nd place is the 32 of Darren Clement. Back in 3rd is going to be the 01 of Cody Sleeper. 4th will be Brandon Freese in the 21. And then 5th place right here is going to be that 56 of John Wimbish. So we'll get your race winner in here in a second for an interview. We'll get the top 3, actually. We'll do interviews with all 3 of them. What a race. 124 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway with 0 cautions. I told you they would put on a show, and they did it. I think a couple of seconds separated Justin Gann from the 32 of Darren Clement at the finish line. And you've seen the 30 had to work on a couple of lap cars that were actually in the top 10. So we are going to get interviews going in just a minute here. You see Justin celebrating right now, though. This is technically like round 2, the round of 8, so it's like round 2 of the playoffs for these guys. And Justin Gann able to get a win in the first round and then again in the second round. And, man, if he starts the third round off that way, well, that's going to be in Phoenix in the final race of the season in a couple of weeks. So that would be for the championship. I think Gann might have just blew the motor up as it's smoking right now. I think the 30 might have had enough as he's going to coast it down the pit road, and you can see the smoke rolling out from under the hood, but I honestly don't think that driver cares at this point. Justin Gann celebrating right here, and I'm going to find him and see if we can get him up in the broadcast booth. Justin Gann, Vern Bradley up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh, I'm counting and doing math tonight, and I'm pretty sure that's like Chase race number 2 win for you. I think you won the first Chase race, and then you come back here and did it again, and I'm pretty sure you were second last week. So,
yeah, I raced here last night in the Xfinity car, and it just felt really good. So coming in tonight, I was pretty confident, and things just happened to work out for me. I knew there was going to be a battle with Roy and Andrew, and unfortunately they got caught speeding, so that just that was a relief on my end. So I just had to worry about Darren at that point.
Yeah, but you had to make the same pit stops those guys do, and you and I both know anytime you make those green flag pit stops that if you miss your braking point on pit road entry by a little bit, guess what? You're right there with those guys.
Tricky, and pit road was definitely tricky tonight.
Yeah, so it doesn't make it easy by no means. And were you watching the gap behind you, because the 32 was bringing it for a while?
Oh yeah, once I seen the times going down, I just knew we only had 1 lap difference between our tires, and if he was closing the gap that fast, I was pretty sure he was burning his stuff up.
He was using it up. Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, I was saving that whole time just in case if he did end up catching me, I wouldn't have too much of a battle.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that you've been saving for most of the season because, man, since the chase has started, that 30 car has been awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. These tracks have just been really kind to me, especially with the new tire model. I mean, you're having to run these tracks differently, so it's not like you could prepare last season for here. For the tracks tonight. We're all learning these things at the same time.
Yeah, learning them at the same time, but man, your learning curve looks like it's been pretty quick, Justin. And how big of a help was that Xfinity car running that race last night?
There is some differences between the Xfinity and the Cup car, but learning what lines are fast are still basically the same lines, so that helps out a lot. Going from Xfinity to Cup, right after each other like that.
Right.
I tend to really enjoy having that little bit of experience in the Xfinity car.
Yeah, it probably puts you in a little bit more of a comfort zone too. I would guess, since you ran the one track last night, or the same track last night, just a different car.
Yeah, it's been my experience. If you have a good Xfinity race and you feel good with the car, typically the Cup race is gonna feel just about the same.
Well, it worked out for you tonight here at Charlotte, and it's worked for you 2 chase races. We kicked off the chase. You won the thing. And then you come back last week, and you only finished second to a guy that's won 7 races this season. So we come back this week, and I hate that Michael Mueller missed tonight, but I understand the circumstances for him. But
I talked to Michael. He's doing pretty good. Surgery went well, so
good deal.
We pray that he heals up quickly and he can get back out on the track.
Absolutely, but man, I don't think anybody would have had anything for the 30 tonight. That car was strong on the long run, just strong. Oh
yeah, I enjoy. You got to save those tires, and even with the new tire model, they don't. I feel like they don't matter as much. But as you can see tonight, it's still beneficial to save those tires early on in the run.
Well, I know at one point I was going and doing a through the field with the in-car view. And when I got to you, you were in second. It was after the first round of green flag pit stops, and you were about 3.5 seconds behind Morass, right? And
Oh, yeah.
I went through the field with the in-car, and I went back up front, and you were leading by 1.8 seconds. So,
Yeah, I honestly did not think I was going to catch Andrew. He was fast, that the whole first half. And when I caught him, I was actually surprised and realized, my tires were just a little bit better than his. And it gave me a good gauge on how the second half was going to go. And unfortunately, they sped. So it went really easy for me.
yeah, you hate to see that happen to those guys, but it did, and you were perfect on pit road tonight. And you're going to come away with the win at Charlotte Motor Speedway in race number 13, chase race number 3. And that's got to build your confidence up, but we are headed to a short track next week.
Oh, yeah, Richmond is going to be I'm glad I have this little bit of a lead here in the points because it's going to be
Do you need
tough.
the cushion?
I'm definitely going to need the cushion for Richmond.
Well, if you have the same speed that we've seen out of that car, I think it's the rest of those guys that might need a cushion, Justin.
Yeah, it's not so much the speed; it's the consistency there.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
One little, you go in just a little bit too hot in 1 and 2, and around you go.
Yeah, the back tires will definitely outrun the front ones at that point. That's Richmond for you, though. Justin, man, congratulations. 2 wins out of 3 chase races so far. Haven't finished worse than second. The momentum's there. Congrats tonight, and go get them, man.
All right, I appreciate it.
You have anyone you want to thank while we got you up here, buddy?
Oh, yeah, I got to thank my team, 4X. We give each other the support, and it shows. Brandon had a top 5 run, and obviously I got the checker flag here tonight. KC unfortunately had some bad juju, but for the team we had a pretty good night. Got to thank the sponsor, RB Riggs. Got to thank the admins and you for putting on the broadcast.
Hey, that's no problem at all, man. I thank you guys for being able to come in here on Thursday nights, and especially during this chase. Been really, really good racing. 124 laps caution-free, Justin.
Oh, yeah. I'm really proud of the drivers in this series and really all the series. I believe we went almost caution-free all week. I think we had at most 1 caution. So these drivers are definitely showing what they can do. And, we need to get some more in here and give them some competition.
Well, that's 1 caution across 4 series. That's insane.
Yeah.
That is really good. Justin, congrats once again, buddy. Thanks for coming into the booth tonight. And I'm going to wish you good luck, not just for the rest of the chase, but at Richmond next week.
All right, I appreciate it.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
All right, that's the race winner, Justin Gann. We're going to go back and find our second place finisher. And he's waiting for us, so let's get him up in the booth. Darren Clement, this is Vern Bradley in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, Vern, what's going on?
I seen you chasing that 30 car down, and you were making the gap smaller.
Yeah, 32 just ran out of laps to get there,
Yeah, I was watching that, and for a while, though, it looked like you could pull 3 or 4 tenths off, but you had to been pushing on that car hard to do it.
Oh, I was giving it everything she had there. I was like, I was going for broke right now, final stint, and just hope that there's no caution and I could outdo them.
Yeah, and when people look at the finishing distance and they wonder what we're talking about if they weren't watching the race, when you started that drive to run him down, you were 5 seconds back. And you finished it at 1.7 seconds back, Darren. So one heck of a run at the end, man. One heck of a run.
Yeah, the boys over at East Coast Motorsports definitely put the car together great tonight to be able to come runner up to Justin Gann. Congrats to Justin on that win. Wish it could have been mine 2 nights in a row, but I'll finish P2 to him tonight.
Well, did you take the win last night? Is that what that means, Darren?
Yes, sir. Roles reversed, Justin.
Well, congratulations on your win last night, buddy.
Yeah, me and Justin battling it out 1-2 last night and 1-2 again tonight.
So you flipped the positions tonight. That's awesome, dude. I wasn't even aware of that. So that is awesome. I'm glad you filled me in on that. I knew that he said he raced last night, but he didn't say you guys were 1 and 2 and that you won last night and he was second and then he wins tonight and you're second. So thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely always great coming out here week in and week out battling that 30 car. I always know he's going to be one of my tough competitors out there. As long as I don't screw up on a pit strategy or get tangled up in something, I can normally be within biting distance.
Yeah, when you make that kind of run at the end and you knock off that kind of time, man, it really it's good for the broadcast, good for the fans that are watching. And I was checking here because I didn't see your name in the top 8 in points.
No, I was a late entry into the season, so
that's right. Dang it, man! It's all right.
I'll be here next season, and the 32 will make that championship run.
Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter. Go out and go for the wins, Darren. That's what it's about, man. Win some races. That 32's been gaining steam. I've seen it week in and week out. You're due. You're due, Darren. Go get it, man.
Well, thanks, Vern.
You got anyone you want to thank while I got you up here, buddy?
Yeah. East Coast Motorsports, the guys over there that helped me prepare for the races, GTR Simulators for being on the car, and this Chevy was fast tonight.
It's certainly
little short on laps, but P2 going 2 weeks left in the season here, so let's see what we can do at some short tracks.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's your skill at a track like Richmond, or your confidence.
Well, track's all right. Know how to control the car, but I won there in the trucks last season, so taking a cup car is a little different, but approach is still the same. Try to keep the car underneath you and not get taken out.
That sounds like a plan right there, Darren. Good luck to you in Richmond, buddy, and good luck to you when you head to Phoenix in a couple of weeks. And I look forward to watching that 32 car next season, man.
Thanks, Ferd. Take it easy, and I'll see you next week.
You're welcome. Have a great night. Congrats on your P2, buddy. And that was Darren Clement, P2 tonight. We're going back, find our third place driver. And I think I see him down there. So we'll get him up here. Cody Sleeper, Vern Bradley up in the WFO booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, I got you. How you doing, Vern?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Cody?
Hey, better than I thought I was gonna be tonight, getting third place. But
you snuck in there on the podium.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. A little bit of luck and consistency definitely goes a long way with green flag racing.
Well, I don't know if you watch the broadcasts every week or not, but if you do, I think it was at the start of the chase. I pay attention to you. And I do that because you have a tendency of starting, second half of the field.
Yeah.
But late in a race, you have a tendency of just making your way up into the top 5. And that's what's got you here, Cody.
Yep.
You done it again.
And, it's kind of crazy, man. It's I wanted to come in here and get top 5, and I hope, I was hoping that would move me up in the points enough to give me a good head start, on next week. But yeah, throughout the season, I just tried to play safe racing, keep the car clean for the most part, and just, kind of feel everybody out, feel the track out. because most of the time you're racing the track, not the other people around you.
Exactly. That's a good way to think about that, and a good mentality to have with it. You are in the final, or in the second round of 8 chase drivers, if I'm correct.
Yep.
Yes, you are. You were right on the list coming in. So third's going to be a good points night for you to go to that final 4 round. How do you feel, Cody?
Oh, feel great. Like I said, this was beyond my expectations for this race. So yeah, this was awesome.
Well, I said it at the start that nobody should count you out. I said if there's I actually said if there's a sleeper in the field, it was you, man.
Yep, that's the last name kind of fits.
It fits it well. Well, if anyone wants to know what I'm talking about, and they can pick almost any race this season because it was a pattern, Cody.
Yeah,
you would be second half, and I wouldn't, wasn't a lot of airtime, and then all of a sudden I'm like, where did he come from? Where did he come from? Be 20 to go. Where did he come from? and tonight I didn't do where did he come from. I seen how it unfolded at the end, and you were consistent. You stayed with it on the pit stops. You played a little bit of a strategy there. I think you had probably 3 or 4 or 5 more laps on your tires than those guys.
Yeah, Roy and I, we were trying to figure out the best pit strategy coming into this, and we tried to factor in different lap variations. It worked out pretty well. So shout out to Roy for that, because it's always nice figuring that out before the race.
Roy gets kind of the hard luck award tonight.
Yeah, no kidding.
He got the.
I felt bad for him.
I had the camera on him when it happened too. So
Oh no, the curse.
I think I give him the curse right there, and I felt bad about it. But when he blew that entry to pit road, I'm like, man, I hope he got it slowed down enough. But yeah. he had a fast car.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and that's why I felt so bad for him, because on the long run he was pulling away quite a bit from me, so he definitely had it down long run wise.
Well, you definitely on that last run there give him something to think about. You made him pass you, Cody. That's what it's about, man.
Yep, definitely.
So you have anyone you want to thank while I got you up here?
Yeah, sure. First I want to thank you for doing this, for broadcasting these, and I do watch them every week, and I've seen a progression as well. Each week you've gotten better. You get to know the drivers, and just kind of the stats behind it and everything. So shout out to you. You're doing a great job. Got to thank Justin, for having this league. And all the admins, the drivers as well. Everybody's very respectful. There's definitely a good structure to this league. Definitely got to thank Simbox, Motorsports, by Doug Neal, and then also Roy, for racing tonight, throughout the league, figuring out strategy, just being best teammates we could be to each other. And then Nate Maurer as well. He's not in here, but he's part of the team, and he helped throughout the season as well. So last person I got to thank is I don't know if she's watching, but girlfriend upstairs. She lets me come down here and race with y'all, so that's always nice.
Well, don't forget to thank her, Cody.
Yep.
Don't make her mad at you.
Oh no, I want to do that.
You got me thinking about something. I've actually been on iRacing for a long time. I was a beta member back in 2008. And
oh wow.
Yeah, my wife and I were still a younger couple back then, and I've still got the same wife, and this should be good news for you, because I've been messing with sim racing since the original NASCAR racing come out from Papyrus. I don't even know how many years ago. It was in the 1990s sometime, right?
Yep.
So a long, long time. And I'm still married to the same woman. So
well,
you can make it work.
Absolutely. No, definitely. You can make it work. That's for sure. I think I said in one, I think when at Indianapolis, it was my first time up in the booth here with you. I think I told her if, she might not be watching now, but, we'll try to get her onto it. So
yeah, I think we
still
did
on that
talk
mission.
about that, didn't we? So we don't have her
Yeah.
watching yet?
Oh, she's asked about it. She could be watching.
Gotcha. And she might be sneaking in and keeping an eye there, but she better, because I think at Richmond the 0-1 might find a couple more spots. What are you thinking?
Hey, I'm hoping. We didn't run Richmond, in this league, and I think it's been a while since I've ran at Richmond, but that's a fun track, because it's a chance for us to kind of show what we can do on a shorter track, and it makes for some good racing, good competitive racing.
Yeah, man, great job tonight, and congratulations on your P3 finish, Cody. Good luck at Richmond and the rest of the chase, actually.
Well, thank you so much, Vern.
Always good having you in the booth, man.
Well, hopefully we can do that next week.
Oh, we're going to. You'll sneak your way back in there. I know it. I know it. I know it'll happen, Cody. And you got it for the last two. You got to get the girlfriend watching, man.
All right. Well, next week I'll make that happen.
All right. Good talking to you, Cody.
All right. Thanks.
Yep. Have a great night.
You too, Vern.
And that was your third place finisher, Cody Sleeper. And I'm going to take about a 1-minute break, and we're going to go over the points and stuff for next week and close out the broadcast. I do want to thank everyone that's tuned in. All right, we're going to get the final results up for you right here real quick. I had to answer a question. Wasn't really answering a question as much as I was listening. Being a good listener is important. We'll shut that in carb off. We're going to get the race results up. Kyle Murphy, if you're still watching, hopefully you can catch some more of these. Come hang out with me when you catch me in some of the other ones too if you want. But going over the results right here, your race winner, Justin Gann, into number 30. P2 tonight, second place. That's going to be the 32 of Darren Clement. Back in third, you're going to see that 0-1. We just interviewed him, Cody Sleeper. Fourth place tonight, 21 of Brandon Fries, and fifth is going to be the 56 of John Wimbish. Sitting in sixth will be the 64 Jason Wells. Seventh is going to be the 12 of Gary May. In eighth will be the 82 of Mike Franklin. I'm going to check my messages real quick, too, because I won't get that tonight. I'll get it next week. Mike Franklin in the 82 is going to be eighth. The 27 of Jonathan Cogswell is going to finish ninth. Roy Fernandez, nice recovery there, Roy. That's going to put you in the top 10 right here. Salvage some points for you. So we'll go to 11th place. Andrew Morass led a lot of laps tonight. Had a little trouble on pit road, I believe, so Andrew's going to bring it home 11th. Tommy Haynes, man, you're definitely in our thoughts and prayers, buddy. Wishing your wife all the best. Blair Patterson in the 91. We've seen his issues tonight. Blair's crew gets the, the heck of a job on pit road award. Blair come into pit road early in the race without a front end. They did a good job getting the front end back on the 91 car, and he got back on the racetrack, brought it home 13th. 14th is another driver that had trouble on the track. He had to spend some time on pit road. That's going to be the 18 of Casey Duncan. Back in 15th is going to be the 10 of David Medina Sr. In 16th, it'll show Andy Starcher, but actually, he might get scored points for it, but I doubt they'll put it in the points. But Shane Bliss in the 100s on the results there, and Terry Conn in the 33. And that is going to be the field here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for race number 13. Chase race number 3. So that brings me to this. One more time, we'll pop this up on the screen. We're going to take a look at the bracket so you know who your top 8 are. Tonight's winner, Justin Gann, will be racing next week to get in the round of 4. And if you've noticed and paid attention, Gann's your race winner tonight. So he's sitting in a good position to lock himself into that Final 4 in Richmond next week. Let's go another one right here. Jason Wells in the 64. He's racing for one of those Final 4 spots. Tommy Haynes in the 17. He's trying to race his way in. The 3 of Roy Fernandez. The 82 of Mike Franklin. The 51 of Michael Mueller missed tonight. He had to have surgery, but we heard from Justin that he's doing good. So Godspeed, Michael Mueller. Get well soon, brother, and get back here and put her back in victory lane. 0-1 of Cody Sleeper, 3rd place tonight. So we just talked to Cody. He's feeling pretty confident. 27 of Jonathan Cogswell, another driver, trying to lock his way into the Final 4. So realistically, 7 of these guys are going for those 4 spots right now. And we're going to find out who those 4 drivers are after Richmond next week. So there's 2 races to go in the 15-race schedule. And in Richmond, we'll find out who our Final 4 chase drivers are. But that don't mean we're only going to have 4 drivers start. Heck, you're going to have guys like Andrew Morass that are fast and will be going for the win over the next 2 weeks. There's plenty of guys that won't make that Final 4 cut, or that ain't even in that final or in the round of 8 cut right here, that are fast and can compete for wins against these guys. So watch out for it. It's going to be great racing. Recap of the race tonight: 124 laps, caution free. Literally, in the Cup cars at Charlotte. There were a couple of cars that had incidents on the racetrack. It happened early in the race. Didn't bring out a caution flag. Both of them were able to keep going straight there and not lose so much speed that it brought out a caution. And unfortunate for those guys, but the race did go caution-free. And they did it for 124 laps, 1.7 seconds separated first from second. We did see some mistakes on pit road. Michael McCauley, thank you, man. I appreciate that as always. Always fun having you guys. You're really good about being able to race and hang out in that booth, man. So I don't know if you were racing tonight, but it's always awesome to see you in here. Bender, it's awesome to see him in here. Kyle Murphy, thanks for coming in, buddy. Everyone that tunes in and watches, thank all of you. You're welcome to chat in there with me anytime. I'll recognize it, and I'll chat right back and carry on a conversation with you. That's just what I do. But other than that, we're going to work on some audio next week, I think. I was thinking kind of the same thing that somebody brought up to me, and bringing the car audio up just a little bit. So I think I played around with it a little tonight, but I think I'll play around with it a little bit more next week on Wednesday night. You get back into it, Kyle. If you missed it, come and do it, man. WFO's got room for you. You know you're always welcome there. I'm sure Swift over here has room as well, buddy. Heck, I miss you hanging out in the Discord server. I have a lot of fun over here on Thursday nights with these guys, and I appreciate everything that Swift has done for me here. Let me come in and broadcast this season, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So we're going to get ready for Richmond next week, and I believe that's going to be it for me. Want to thank everyone at Swift Motorsports, all the drivers in the Hyperdrive Cup Series. Congratulations once again to the race winner tonight, Justin Gann. And that's it. I'm Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth, and I'm going to sign off and see you at Richmond next week. Thank you.